My name is Daria, and this is Thomas, and we are married already 3 years together. This is something that we just decided to start to talk more about our relationship, find out more about each other, first of all, because I'm originally from Ukraine, he's from Switzerland, and we are very different. So, in this case, I just would like to learn more about you and learn more about me. I would like to start our conversation. It's first of all the question, since we are from two different cultures, could you ever imagine having somebody outside of Switzerland in the relationship, or moreover, like a future wife?
This is a tricky question because I would say from one side I had parents who are both Swiss, and we had a strict line in the family. We had Swiss tradition were very important by us, and we had to follow that. So we every year celebrated 1st of August, especially in the family of my mom. There's almost nobody which is not from Switzerland. So in these terms, I wouldn't say that I could imagine to have a wife from another country.
So you're open to any idea, but you could never imagine that it would be a reality.
I mean,
that you would have one.
I was open, since also the husband of my aunt and the wife of my uncle is not from Switzerland. I definitely saw this, that it's possible to get somebody which is not from Switzerland. But from the other side, I had this strong influence from my mom, which I would say she wanted me to influence, and also I would say the friends of my mom to influence in this direction, that I'm having somebody from Switzerland.
So they would prefer you to have still a Swiss wife rather than international.
Yes, I would say so.
Okay. But end result is here that
Yes.
I'm from Ukraine, you're Swiss, and we are total of 7 years together. So, which is incredible and quite a long time. We have a beautiful Kimi, which is our katze. Yeah.
Could you ever imagine in your childhood to have somebody which is not from Ukraine?
Honestly speaking, it was never the plan, and I never had thoughts that I will have somebody from abroad, at least till my 10th grade in Ukraine. I didn't even speak English very well. I learned it in the last 2 years of school. And yeah, so I could never even imagine, because I couldn't even simply communicate in this language. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, 2017 we were definitely different from now compared to now, because we definitely changed a lot in the last 7.5 years. Think also we aligned a bit on each other, so we came closer to each other and adapted also some mentality things, or also some
We understand each other.
We understand each other.
Better.
Yeah, definitely. We understand each other 100 times better. And I think you also learn a lot about each other, especially if you're together that long.
Yeah, but I do definitely think that it would not be possible if we wouldn't communicate clearly, because Thomas and me, we don't like to have unresolved fights or unresolved arguments. From our side, we always try to fix it the same day or maximum the next day, right? And I also think it's important to talk about your feelings, try to explain to your partner what's exactly
what
the
you
issue
feel and
is.
what is in your mind, and
Because there is so many cases that I heard from my friends, or just like I watch on the internet. People love each other, but the issue is they cannot explain what the issue is. In order, even for your partner, not like to fix it, but to understand that there is an issue, and you might want to even stop doing that, or change at least a bit the direction, to make sure that your partner is not upset.
Yes, exactly. Right? Yeah, definitely. I mean, you definitely change over the years, and I think so from the other side you also get older, so you learn a lot about yourself.
More calm.
You change also,
That's true. That's true. Totally agree with you. Okay. So the other thing which I realized that in Switzerland, people do not get married
That young.
that young in comparison with Ukraine. Because in Ukraine, there is such thing that you have to get married by like 25, have kids already, and so on and so on. In Switzerland, you're still young, you're free. So
Average is like 32 years old.
yeah, for example. And what do you think? Was it early, or you're quite happy that it happened like this to you? Because as far as I know, not everybody from your friends are married.
And when I was smaller, I could never imagine to marry that early, because of course you see what's happening in Switzerland, and yeah, as I said before, the average is like 32 years old. So you not think that you're 25, you will already get married. So I would say I was not that um, sure, but when it then happened, I think it was fine because I realized more and more that as soon as you have the right partner, then it's fine, and age is just a number. So it's not about how old you are; it's about if you find it with 25, it's fine. If you find it with
Important
40,
is the right person,
yes,
right? That you feel
exactly.
like
It
you're
doesn't
ready.
matter what age. Yeah.
Okay. But you feel like right now, looking back, you're not regretting to getting married so early.
No,
No?
I wouldn't say. I mean, I would do the same again.
Yeah. My opinion that it's like I heard this phrase somewhere on the internet that it's so cool that when you're married young, it's basically like you're having a sleepovers with your best friend, you're traveling with your best friend. So in this case, I do feel like we are having our best life that you could possibly even wish for. And that's thanks to us having the same financial goal, life goals, and so on, that we um, can cooperate and work together towards the same wishes in life, rather than when you're still dating, you still maybe not agree to some things together, and now we have no choice, we have to agree.
Yeah, it is like it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think age is just a number, and also in terms of this thing, yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Interesting. So I wanted to talk with you about finances. What is your opinion, the way we have it, if that's the way you would recommend people to have the finances? And what do you think about it at all? Is it important for the Swiss person, especially? And yeah,
No, definitely finances. I'm not speaking only about Swiss people. I think finances are for everybody quite important.
that's money.
Yeah, if your finances are stable, your relationship is definitely better, in my opinion.
That's true. That's true.
Especially if you have a negotiation with your partner or with your family, how it is. Um,
But what
it's
do you think? Especially when the people are married, should they have a separate account? Should they have it combined? Like think like a
I
one
mean, in my
family?
opinion, they should have definitely a combined account, but still separate accounts.
Elaborate. What do you mean?
So a combined, I mean, well, everything is paid. What is, uh, yeah, for both of them, like rent, insurance, and everything, and then still everybody should have his own account for a bit personal life, personal
That you can
wishes.
do gifts to each other that the other
Yes,
person
yes,
doesn't
gifts
know
to each other,
about. Yeah,
maybe buy some small things, some
right.
small food, apart
Savings, of course, maybe like
savings,
private.
investments, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my opinion.
That's true. I agree with you, and I think it's very important to have this to be on the same page with your partner, because I cannot imagine that we would think so opposite and then we would fight about our budget
Yeah,
or
definitely.
how finances will work in our.
Yeah, you should not fight about finances, because you have to, as soon as you, at least when you move together, you should
Yeah,
talk
because you
with each
still
other.
should have the same goals in the life. So if you
Yeah,
plan to buy a car together or a house, apartment, and so on, how can you even try to um, collect the money together if you don't even, yeah, because you don't know, maybe the other person shopaholic
Yeah,
and spends
super.
all the money
Yeah,
somewhere,
that's
like
not
there's so
good.
many things, right? You never know. So I wanted to ask you about your experience because I do feel like we're different in terms of spendings. I'm more the person who, like, I don't buy the clothes very
Mhm.
often, or I don't like shopping even that much. It's really maybe like twice a year where I can like really order me some stuff and something like this. But Thomas is totally opposite. You love shopping. You like to go somewhere to buy something new, to spend money even. Like I think it's more for you about even spending money, no? Or what do you think about it?
No, I mean, I definitely changed. Maybe it was like this few years ago, but now I would say I changed a bit. So I think twice what I buy.
So
Because
what recommendation you would give to people? Because just FYI, exactly like maybe three,
I
4 years
mean,
ago, you were more spending
I
more
make
money.
I make
Mhm.
categories in terms of spending money. I'm always thinking, makes does it make me feel better? Before you buy stuff, you should definitely think about does it makes me feel better and does it makes me better as a person. So, for example, I give one example in terms of clothes. Do I look better? Do I look more professional in these clothes? Then also in terms of fitness and food, does it makes me feel better? My body feel better? Is it an investment in my body? Do I
Or
will look
also,
more jacked, more lean, as well as with other stuff, because you should buy stuff not that you have it. You should buy stuff that it makes you feel better. From the other side, that your body or your brain is feeling better.
but of what if people have this kind of like or addiction or something? So they have trousers,
Mm.
but they like having more trousers, and then they
You
buy
should
like,
make a rule that before you not used your trousers, that they are done, so that they are dirty or that they are broken. You don't buy any more new clothes.
yeah. So if you have, I don't know, for example, for some people it's 5 pairs, for some people it's 10
Yeah,
pairs. Like there's no need to have 20 of
but
them,
this is a
right?
small thing, a minimalistic thing. Before something gets broken, you not buy something
Small
new,
steps,
and
right?
then after you can think about to reduce the amount of clothes you have. Yeah.
Right. Because I also like to spend money, but for example, for me, it's more on food. Like I would never be regretful or like more economic in terms of food. Because if I like something in supermarket or something, like I would buy it. For me, I would prefer even to buy something that I want to eat rather than clothes.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, that's so interesting. And like everybody's from us very, very different. So that's very interesting that we can learn from each other like this.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's another type of feeling.
Yes. What else we can discuss? I also wanted to talk with you and discuss. You remember this thing when we did with you our finances and we did budgeting? Like we tracked our spendings in like 2, 3 months.
Hmm.
It was last year, and then we realized that a lot of spendings go towards unnecessary stuff.
Yeah, snackies and stuff.
So for me, since I do work in an office in Lucerne, it's very convenient to get something for lunch there. And of course, lunches are from 10 till 15 Swiss francs per lunch.
Mm.
And I do feel like that's what my weakness is because that's very easy just to grab lunch somewhere else. You
That's
don't.
unfortunately the sickness of today. You get everything fast
Yeah.
and most likely, unfortunately, unhealthy stuff. And yeah, you don't have to hunt
Convenience. It's just like you
or you
go.
have to walk a lot like it was in the past. Now
Yeah.
you just pass by and you can buy any type of snacks,
Yeah.
chocolate chips, whatever you like. But yeah, it's definitely
But the problem is in here that's invisible spending. Because if you even calculate 15 francs for lunch, let's imagine you do it 4 times a week. That's already how much? 60 francs just for 1 week.
75, 5 times.
No, four, I said.
Ah, yeah, 4 times.
Yeah. So 60 francs per week.
Mhm.
And then like you multiply it by 4 weeks per month. That's how much you'll
That's
be?
240 francs.
Yeah, 240 francs. If your salary is big enough and like you can afford it, and for you
That's
it
fine.
saves your time to buy lunches,
It's
that's
worth it.
fine. It's worth it. But I do think that, for example, in our case, for two of us to have 500 just for lunches. That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's a tough thing and also expensive. I always say cooking at home is not only healthier, at the end it's also cheaper.
That's true. So you said that meal prep helps us a lot as the family because first of all, it saves us time, so much time in
Yes.
comparison if we calculate. Because I tried cooking after work and like I come home, I'm first of all already exhausted, like I already don't have even time to cook, and my mood is not so good because I'm hungry. Then to cook, it's like maybe 30 minutes. You eat so late, you eat almost at 8 o'clock, and then it's like every day like this, and it's minimum 30 minutes, depends what you cook. So for us, it's better that we invest, for example, 2-3 hours together at the weekend preparing for our lunches, right? Rather than like every evening.
Yes, exactly. I mean, definitely. I mean, it's. I think under the week you have not so much time, and
And also
the
no
tendency,
motivation,
the
right?
tendency that you have no motivation and you buy something unhealthy is just higher.
Yeah, that's also what I noticed because every time I come really, really hungry, we have a kebab place really close to us. And it's so funny because I was always thinking like, I'm so hungry, I don't have anything at home. Maybe I will just go and buy kebab. But like now when we do the meal prep, it almost never happens because you come home, you have something that you have to just warm up and it's done.
Yeah, I mean,
That helps.
exactly. And as I said before, when you buy something, plus if you go to a restaurant or something, you don't know which oil they use, you don't know what ingredients. So if you cook by yourself, you know what you cook, you
You know if it's
know
healthy and stuff like this.
you
Yeah.
can imagine if it's healthy or not. But
Yeah.
I would say it's just a good thing to do your meal preparation. You also get like a plan. You can think about what you want to eat, and yeah, you get a
Mm-hmm.
routine. That's also quite
That's
important.
true. That's true. I love our
Hmm.
Sunday
I love
cooking.
too. Yeah.
Love you.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching our podcast.
Yes, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And it's literally how we are and what's our life about, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Love
I love
you.
you.
Yummy.
Yummy.